Hi guys, different video today. I thought I want to switch all my swatch all my foundations. Because I realized it all started out that I was thinking, oh, I should actually compare all my Aldi ones because I've quite a lot of Aldi ones and I always tend to buy shade 1 and shade 2 and they're all so different. But then I thought, you know what, I will swatch also the ones which are not Aldi and just do a comparison. But first let's go to the Aldi ones. So they're my most recent Aldi ones. Which I've left over. This one they brought out earlier this year in, I think it was pretty much early in the year on. I can't remember what was this the copy of. Sound off in the comments if you remember. But again, I bought shade 1 and shade 2. This one I quite like because it has SPF 50. What I also find though with Aldi foundations, the jump between the shades can be quite a big one. They're a supermarket, so don't get me wrong. I don't expect them to have like 50 shades. And to their defense, in the last few years, they definitely got much better because in the very early beginning they had maybe 2 or 3 shades, and now they have 6 shades. The jumps are quite big, and they do get quite dark with the shades now as well. So that's quite good. They're definitely more inclusive there. So that's shade 1 and shade 2. I need a wipe for the SPF 50 foundation in the purple packaging. Now then I also have these ones, and I think this is a copy. I forgot. I think it was maybe Hourglass. And again I bought shade 1 and shade 2. Very different from the consistency, by the way. I find the second one seems to be much more emollient and feels more moisturizing. I mean, it has squalene in it. Saying that, they do look similar, shade 1 and shade 2. Then the most recent one I got from Aldi is the Cashmere Glow one, which looks like a copy from Armani foundation. And again, shade 1. Shade 2. This one I find also the most recent one they brought out is quite how to say, quite warm. There we go. That feels really, I'm wiping my fingers every now and then, but this one is a bit hard to see because it's so fluid. I feel like too much came out. There we go. So you can see already actually with the newest one, it's much darker I find than the ones they brought out before. I also tend to buy their concealers in shade 1 and shade 2. This one I'm trying to actually, both of them I'm trying to pan, and as you can see I'm actually doing quite a good job because you can see already empty in there. I think this one was a copy of the Shape Tape, and I don't like this one because it's actually, this is light. It is so floral from the scent, and I'm just glad when I finished. It's a good concealer from coverage wise and things like that, but that floral scent just annoys me so much. The medium one though, so this one was in light and medium. The medium one I quite like though because it's quite cool toned. There we go. And then also from the most recent one they brought out, this is clearly a Clinique copy because look, this is the concealer Aldi brought out, and this is actually Clinique foundation. You can see the look they went through there. So this is shade 1. Boop. And then shade 2. This one, by the way, feels quite moisturizing. I'm actually looking forward to start to use this one. And what I really like on this one, shade 2 again, seems to be very cool toned. Shade 1 and shade 2. There we go. And now I will just swatch my random other foundations. This is what I have at the moment in Project Pan. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I'll actually put them down here, the foundations. This is quite a good match for me at the moment, which then also shows actually how big the jumps are from Aldi, shade 1 and shade 2. And even shade 1 might be even sometimes too dark. Like, look at the most recent one. The shade 1 is quite dark. It's actually quite good. I'll leave it on now because you can see it oxidizing. So this is Estee Lauder Double Wear Light in 1 and 2 Ecru. Then I also have the Bobbi Brown Intensive Serum Foundation SPF 50. Let's put this straight next to it. That's quite dark. That's more like for the summer for me. There you go. Then this one is a really good match for me. The Clinique Even Better Clinical Foundation. And this one is in the shade CN02 Breeze. Oh. Didn't use this one for a while. There you can see. As you can see, actually, this and there's like even the Estee Lauder one is a really good match for me. Also, all the other ones I have. That's the problem when you buy with Aldi. You can't really swatch stuff. I need to mix up with other things. This is the... actually, let me check this one first. This is from Guerlain, L'Essentiel. This is Natural Glow foundation. And this is in the shade 00N. This one is meant to be neutral, but I feel like it has quite a yellow undertone. Not too keen on that, to be honest. Have to mix this up. Then I still have one of the Eve Lom cream foundations in 02 Ivory. I really need to use this one. It's getting really old. As you can see, I hardly used it. I used it once maybe. And then maybe swatched it a second time. It's actually quite a good match for me. I need to use this one. And then I have two mousse foundations left. I also have powder foundations. I will not swatch my powder foundations. It's Beautiful Matte Mousse Cool Ivory from number 7. And then also, that's Blast from the Past, the Dream Matte Mousse from Maybelline in color 010. So let's swatch the number 7 first. The number 7 is highly used. As you can see, I really need to use this one. See, there's a crack. That means it's drying out. So this one tends to be a really good match for me in summer. There we go. And then next to that, the Dream Matte Mousse. Last one I will swatch. There we go. Oh, that would be a good match for now, actually. I think it's a bit lighter than the other one, but very similar as well. So maybe springtime. There we go. Those are all my foundations. And then you can see the Aldi ones, especially the number 2 shade, does fare quite dark. It looks funny, my inner arm is really, really pale, but I actually can wear the number 2 shades. I just need to make sure I mix it in with something a little bit lighter. But there we go. I'm filming in daylight, by the way, today. As you can see, some foundations are better matches than other ones. That's the problem. Anyone else having a lot of foundations and nothing is like, apart from maybe 1 or 2, the perfect match? I'm actually glad I did this video. I want to do it as a reminder for me to actually use what I have, and that's a really good reminder. So I need to stop buying foundations, definitely. That's it for me today, and see you next time. Bye.